Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriritam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Burida Janaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, your gospel is like nectar and bliss showered upon the pain-stricken lives of suffering humanity. It dispels all the sins and misdeeds of life. It brings welfare in life. The spiritual beauty, prosperity and grace spreads through and through one who listens to your holy message. They are the real givers in the world who preach and pronounce the nectar of your message to the suffering humanity. Om, peace, peace, peace. So we are back to our reading of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, as we every time remind ourselves that this Gospel is like nectar. But to whom to nectar? To whom it is nectar? It will be nectar to a person who is craving for it. You give a delicious meal to a person whose stomach is full. That food will not be attractive, neither appreciated. And it has no value. But to a person, a hungry person, who is eager to eat, and you give it. So this is that's why in the Bhagavat, which we chant every day, your Tava Katha, your words, your message is like Amrita, is nectar. To whom? It is Tapta Jivanam, whose life has been tormented by the suffering and pains and agonies, find the futility of this world. That type of people will be totally transformed immediately. It will make the life transformed. So this is the same message which transformed M's life, the writer of this chronicle. And it has changed the life of how many people in the whole world who is searching for truth. So this is a text. Some people say it is Veda. Vedas are the ancient wisdom. This is also ancient wisdom. This is also wisdom as a new wisdom. It is the cream of the Upanishads. All the knowledge, whatever you get in any spiritual tradition, you can find it all collected together in the unique life of Sri Ramakrishna. There is no pretense in his life. The life was full of saturation, full of expression of the divine wisdom, the bliss, the joy percolating through the very personality, singing, dancing, going to ecstasy, lifting the whole people into that ecstatic level. So this is a unique scripture in the whole world. We are grateful to M for having this, because many of the sayings of our incarnations, other incarnations, had not been recorded at that time. And even if it is recorded, if the person is not clear in understanding, recording will be wrong. You say something and the person will understand differently and note down differently. This gospel is unique. There is no editing here. Ego of the Master Mahasaya or M was totally zero. That's why in everywhere you will not find his own name. In the conversation, all this, many places a devotee, Muni is a nickname. No one understands that. Hiding himself and putting what actually happened. Exactly, he meditated days and days on the situation, Sri Ramakrishna, where he stand, which direction he stood, which was his mood, who came, who saluted, who entered into the northern wind door, or the southern door, or the eastern door. So vivid. He used to deeply meditate. That's why this unique book. By simply meditating on that, one can be really purified. It's called the Holiest of the Holy Association. So last time we were reading in a continuation that Sri Ramakrishna was there in the Dakshineshwar, and it was page 238 of the Gospel of Ramakrishna. So Sri Ramakrishna, last time he was saying that Master was smiling, that saying that it is too good to remain in the plane of Leela after reaching the Nitya. That's a very high philosophy. Ramakrishna said, one can go and by God's grace and one's spiritual sadhana reach the highest peak of spiritual experience. That is called the Brahman or Nitya. Nitya means eternal, all the time same. There is no change, there is no transformation. So that is the highest state. But there is nobody to talk, nobody to hear. The person who is in that state is totally dead body. Body is dead. His mind is not here. His emotions are not here. All merged into the consciousness of the Absolute. How can you stay there? That's why Ramakrishna, like people, world teachers, they come down and then speak something. That's why we get the experiences. What are those experiences? That's why Ramakrishna said that it is good to remain on the plane of the Leela. This is the Leela. Leela means the divine sport. Here everything they see as God. They see God in the pure and God in the impure. God in the holy, God in the unholy. They know these are two costumes only. But the one essential substance, that is the consciousness, that is Satchidananda. That is called the Leela. Ramakrishna is to see God with open eyes like that. How? Open eyes means he looked like this and he could see it is the divine. He used to call it Mother. Divine Mother is playing. Latu Maharaj is putting his hand like that. And Ramakrishna said, I saw Latu is putting his hand on the face and sitting, it is Mother sitting over there. There he calls his Mother. Even the cat, it's a mother. So he sees Mother everywhere. That is the transformation coming down. That's called the Leela. Then it's all joyful. Death is no more death. What is death? Death is a mask where Satchidananda wears a mask and comes in the form of death. No? So he says there is nothing but one. So it is better you stay there. Ramakrishna said to come down is much better occasionally, to play in the Leela. And after reaching the Nitya, but first you have to make struggle to reach that highest flight, to reach that God consciousness, to be absorbed in that. That is called God realization in dualistic term. In Vedantic term, you feel that you are one, identified with that absolute truth. I am that. And there is nobody to say even I am that. That is the Nitya. Nitya means eternal, unchanging, all the time there. It has no transformation, no shape, size, form. There is no concept of time, space, causation there. So that is the Nitya. So Ramakrishna's words are very important. To live in the Leela. We are also living in the Leela. But how we live? He is naughty, he is bad, he is good, he is all this good and bad, good and bad, good and bad. No? But because you are not touched the ground, you didn't go to the Nitya. If you go to reach that highest flight, and then you come down, then you see that everything. Ramakrishna's example, you go step by step, and reach the roof. When you reach the roof, you know the roof is made of the same material as the steps are also made. So whom to reject, whom to accept? But that is a pleasurable place. That's called the Leela. But Leela without Nitya is meaningless. If someone wants to see God everywhere, not realizing that Nitya, what will happen? It will be blasphemy. He will do all types of nonsense things in the name of spirituality. He'll say, what is God, what is good, what is bad? Everything is Brahman. That story, remember, that one person went and did something wrong, and he was caught and he was taken to the police court, and then court found that he is guilty, so they punished. And when it is punished, he said, sir, I am Brahman. I do not do anything. There is no good nor bad, I don't do anything. Well, yes, you are Brahman, you don't do anything, I am not punishing that. But the person who acted in this way, I am punishing that person. I am not punishing Brahman. How can you punish Brahman? So, speaking like that will be a cheating in spiritual life. Much cheating goes on in spiritual life also. Big talks, but in life, totally drowned into the world and worldliness. Or jealousy, meanness, unkindness. First get out of this, then become a human being, loving person, and then transcend that level. That is the Nitya. Being in the lowest level, I am Brahman, I am Atman, I know everything. It is just cheating and destroying the spiritual level. So Ramakrishna's words are, that's why Ramakrishna's words, we can read pages after pages but understand nothing. But you can hold on to one point. See the word. Every word is to be meditated upon. He said, I want to tell you something else, that it is good to remain on the plane of the Leela. But when? After reaching the Nitya. Ramakrishna said, first realize God, and then you do whatever you like. People will say, oh, whatever I can do, okay. But first realize God. But we don't do that. But we can do whatever we like. We are Vedantic. Vedanta means what? Everything is Brahman. There is nothing wrong, that is Maya, all Maya, 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 Maya. So I do bad things, that's also Maya. I do good things, that's also Maya. To say little thing is so easy. All these mistakes will happen. Therefore, you have to touch the granny first. To get freedom from this world, we need to touch God, experience God in deepest, pure state of mind. And then when you come down, yes, you can do whatever you like, because you are not the body. Now, whatever you say, you know that you are the body. I may say, I am not the body, but you pinch something, I will cry out. No? But when you realize that, you will feel that his body, I am not the body, my body. And that's a different separation. That day we are talking about the coconut. When it gets dried, the inner shell and the pith and the cell, what is called the outside and inside, become separate. So they are separate. They know that they are separate. But in an unripened coconut is sticking with the wall of the what is called the cell. No, so it is sticking. I am body, it is stuck there in the wall. Whatever you say, I am not. But when you dry, purify, then it becomes separated. So, after Nitya, then it is Leela. That is the way Ramakrishna described. That is a big philosophy of life, what to do in our life. We have to realize God first, and then do everything. No. But God first does not mean that you will not do your duties. First, you are to do your duties properly and purify your heart gradually, gradually, and rise your consciousness. Get out of the meanness of the tendencies which you are born with, or sanskaras. Go above, go above, go above, and then reach a point where you will find that you are becoming one. Huh? And then in that absolute joy, when you come down, you see the joy everywhere percolating. You once said that one comes down to the plane of the lila in order to enjoy the divine play. Master, no, not exactly that. The lila is real too. After realizing that in the samadhi state, when you come down, you say this is also real. Huh? When Swami Brahmananda was passing away, at the last few lines you can read. Brahman, Hari Maharaj passing away, the same type of statement. Brahman is real. This world is real. Because there is no world separate from Brahman in the eyes of a knower of truth. So he says, Ramakrishna said, that what I said, that its meaning is that the Leela is real too. This is also true. That's the difference between the absolute Vedanta and the Tantra. Tantra sees Mother everywhere. Absolute reality is Brahman. That's the transcendental reality. But when you come down, you see what you see. It is same Mother playing in different role. So it is all Mother. There is nothing but Mother. So Leela in a Tantra, that Mother is also, this is not false. Vedanta says it's unreal, no? Vedanta says this world is unreal. But Tantra says this world is also real. Because not as world, but as divine. Vedanta also accepts in another way, Vijnanavad. When you come down after your experience, you call it is Brahman. Brahman the absolute and Brahman the immanent. Sarvang kallidang brahma tajjala niti shantu upashita. From that everything has come out. And what you are seeing, the waves are not separate from ocean. Wave and ocean is the same. Only in name and form they are different. So, after realization of the truth, they see Hari Maya Vishwa, they see Hari, Lord Hari everywhere, God everywhere. Master continues, let me tell you something. Whenever you, it says that I asked Bhavanath, no. Knowledge and love, both are paths leading to God.
Swami, you were at the right place the first time.
238.
Yeah, where it says, let me tell you something.
That is not important, that's why I'm missing that. Those are important discussion is here.
Okay.
Rather we can go to the philosophy of it. Those are Ramakrishna saying, when you come to a holy place, bring something. Let me read out of honor. Ramakrishna said, let me tell you something. Whenever you come here, bring a trifle with you. That means bring something for the Lord, or for Ramakrishna. When he's talking, he never speaks about that way. But here he is teaching the other devotees for their benefit. Perhaps I should not say it. That's why Ramakrishna says, perhaps I should not say it. What is that? It may look like egotism, that I am asking for something, no? I also told Adhar Sen that he should bring a pennyworth of something with him. I asked Bhavanath to bring a pennyworth of betel leaf. Have you noticed Bhavanath's devotion? Narendra and he seems like man and woman, meaning they are so devoted and they are so friendly to each other. He is devoted to Narendra. Bring Narendra here with you in a carriage and also bring some sweets with you. It will do good. It is talking to my aim. Ma'am, when you come, bring something. And that Master Mosai taught everyone. Going to any sadhu going to any temple. It's an Indian tradition. You go to the temple, you take some fruits, flowers, or incense. Nothing, just a small token. That's why even the Amzad, the burglar, is to come to Holy Mother. He will not come empty-handed. He wants a pumpkin. And pumpkin is not his own pumpkin. Pumpkin has grown in someone's garden, and he steals it and bring it because he has nothing to go. So how can he come to mother without anything? So that is a tradition. That's a good training to, not that you have to, but it is an expression of your devotion, with humility, your love. Now let us go to the point. Knowledge and love both are paths to leading to God. Those who follow the path of love have to observe a little more outer purity. But the violation of this by a man following the path of knowledge cannot injure him. It is destroyed in the fire of knowledge. Even a banana tree is burnt up when it is thrown into a roaring fire. So, knowledge and love, two paths. There are four paths, but mainly two paths. One is of the intellectual mind, one for the devotional or emotional mind. So, if it is said that those who follow the path of love, they should observe a little more outer purity. No? Because whole spirituality is to be pure. Even Vedanta, I am not the body, I am the Atman, pure. No? Body has its all blemishes. I am not the mind, mind has its blemishes. A negative thought, ugly thought of ego, thought of pride, thought of jealousy, all come in the mind. No? So mind is not pure. So Jnana will say, I am not that. In one stroke, throw out. They can be, when they are in their day-to-day life, it need not be so much puritant, outer purity. But those who do puja, bhakti, devotion, so they pluck flowers. They say when you pluck flower, repeat the name of God, pluck the flower. No? Devotion. You are pasting the sandal paste, think that it will go in the feet of the Lord. And before all doing, take a shower. And never enter into the inner shrine without shower. No? So these are the rules and regulations. Even puja time, they will see how many tongue noise comes. Because they take the water from the big spoon to the small spoon, it gets touched. Metal, it makes a noise. But how many times they have to wash their hand? They have to wash their hand, they are sipping the water in the mouth, washing, touching the face, again washing. How many times to wash hand? Because it's all a little of the...
Every time you touch the body, you have to wash.
So, even you touch your body, you will have to wash. But for a Vedanta student, what is that? They need not have to follow all these disciplines. They will say, I am not body. In one stroke, you are destroying the body. Here, we are taking the help of the body as a means to reach God. No. There is also you are taking the help of body. But intellectually you are saying, I am not connected with the body. If I am not connected with the body, what is the matter? I am to wash my hand and this and that. That's why there is a joke that the Vaishnava dies by taking bath 100 times. You wash this, this cloth is touched by the floor. Oh, you will have to wash. Go, wash. Oh, you went over that road and there is dirty road. Go and take shower and come back. I had been one time in one place, Chitrakoot. Chitrakoot, there is where Rama first on the going to exile, he stayed there for Rama, Sita and Lakshmana. And brother Bharata, he came to take him back to the kingdom. And there Rama is their deity. Different Ramaman temples are there. So once I was there for a month or so, begging food, and that's a very sadhus sometimes experience what is that. And so one day I was in a Rama temple, small Rama temple. Rama temple, so many. One Rama temple in an isolated corner, and the stream is blowing. Mandakini river is blowing. Scenic beauty, wonderful. Become being very scenic and beautiful and silent place. I was sitting in one corner in the out, like the temple, and I was sitting in. And it morning went on, long time passed, and that the sadhus who live there, they saw they have their lunch time. So seeing somebody sitting here, another Gerua monk maybe, but they thought that we will be Vaishnava monk, but I am a Vedanta monk, who knows. So we have no those rituals, we don't know all these rules. So he invited me to have lunch with them. So we sat in their row, and I was sitting one, and another sadhus are sitting. And they gave water. There is a style of how to drink water. You have to, before taking, you have to do this, that. We don't do anything. What we do? We chant the mantra and go and start eating. That's all. Do you sprinkle water over it and do this and do that? We don't do anything like that. And as soon as they started eating, and they started, how, what is this? I'm not following the rules. No, there are certain rules. And then I wanted to drink some water. So probably they give in a glass, and I was pouring water like this, or what I did, I forgot now. And they were so upset. Hari, you're defiling the entire water jar. I do not know whether I touched the glass in my tongue, or I poured, whatever I did, that was not the proper etiquette. And then they had to wash this pot and this and that. See, I embarrassed them, and I also feel embarrassed. That's why it is said, Vaishnava, if you are a devotional, so you'll have to follow some protocol to take wash, use fresh cloth. That's why even our nuns, this nuns, Panchatapa and others, they don't use this dress for eating. You cannot eat with this dress. So you'll have to change the dress, and then another dress which is for other work. So the devotion to increase this type of practice is necessary, so that you know you are pure, you are doing for God, you are offering to the Lord, so you are all pure, pure, pure. For a Vedanta student, or those who are following the path of negation, in Himalayas, they go for begging food, get some food in their hand, they eat like that, and even they wash their hand in their beard. Because you have to get the water, you have to go down the Ganges. Say it is down means 1,000 feet or something. So it is a struggle. So where to go? So you eat, and so when you get to shower, get it deep in the Ganga, that time you wash your beard and hair together. So they have no rules. But for devotees, you went to bathroom? You have to sprinkle Ganga water at least. Otherwise you have to change everything. Changing is the best. Entire cloth should be changed. These are the rules and regulations. Purity, purification. But for a Jnani, they don't pay attention to that side. They pay attention to the root of our ignorance. I am not the body. So what is the question? That this body pure, impure. I am above that. But it should be genuine, otherwise it will not be good. A path of Jnani, mere saying will not do. They should have to be genuine.
Jnani will not do puja also.
Eh?
Jnani will not do puja also.
Now they may do, Swamiji did that puja, He went to that, he does not do all the formalities. He sat there and then meditated with a flower in the head. And after 1 hour or something, he come out and saw, there are so many other, his disciples and Maharaj and others are sitting. She took the whole flower and put everyone's head one, and then all the flower together and put it in the feet of the Lord, Sri Ramakrishna. Finish. Very simple. So this is the Gyanis puja. So what Ramakrishna says,
You started to say that Krishna Buddha is out taking bath.
there are statement I have finished the word. Vaishnavas die out of taking bath 100 times. No. They die. Whole life. Bathing. You have touched this, wash it. Go this, change it. Okay. Maybe 10 cloth will be necessary for you every day to change this cloth. And they hang it on the rope to dry the cloth. No? So they should have to have several pairs of clothing because touched, impure. Even here we do some impure. The pure is that those vase are pure vase. You cannot use it here outside. This cannot go over there. The fine distinction is in our kitchen is not this distinction. Hey, the spoon, you touch this way, ha. Huh? It is devotion. That is good example for you to know. If anyone not knowing anything just touches, and if someone is senior is there, then your life is gone. You touch it. And Ganga, you have to bring at least Ganga. And sometimes you have to throw away. You cannot use it. It may be other side. But because it's for the Lord. No? So that purity concept is there. And sadhu more khe. And the sadhus, monks, they die out of what? Bandara. Means feast. Eat. So that's a joke. So meaning that the Jnani, those who follow the path of love, have to observe a little more outer purity. But these little violations of this by a man following the path of knowledge cannot injure him. No? That's why monks, they have not 20 sets of clothing. No. One set of, look at that. A sadhu, wandering sadhu, will have maybe 2 sets, one wearing, another set. No? So you will have to get up with that, after shower, use that same cloth, going for begging, meditating, then you are eating, no? So he has no luxury to change 20 clothing. So but inner purity is the question there. Purity is the question. It is destroyed in the fire of knowledge. Those who always think that I am not the body, not the mind, and I am pure, Chidananda Rupa, no? So by this thought you become pure. So it is destroyed. Knowledge destroys all impurities. Even a banana tree, suppose in a huge fire, you put something, banana tree has so much water inside, it like a wet wood, if you put into the burning fire, no? Then what happens? That kills the fire itself. If the wood is very raw, you take a branch of a tree, just cut. It has so much water. If a burning flame is there, if you put it, the flame will be lost. But jnana is like a dry firewood. So it destroys, that fire destroys the ignorance. The jnani follows the path of discrimination. Sometimes it happens that discriminating between the real and the unreal, a man loses his faith in the existence of God. The jnanis, there is a difficulty, no? Jnanis, when you say, I am not the body, not the mind, they discriminate. Discriminate what is real, what is unreal. No. What is real? Brahman is real, according to Vedanta Jnani. Everything else is all unreal. What I am seeing, what I am interacting, this is all unreal. No? So, sometimes it happens, those who are day and night thinking like that, they don't pay any value even to your experience. Suppose you have a mystic vision, no? Bhakta will be very happy, no? as a bhakta, as a devotee, suppose you got a good dream this night. You see that you have gone to some holy place and you see there Lord Narayana appeared there, or your Krishna appeared there, or your Rama appeared there. No? In your dream, you were happy. I've seen something yesterday, no? But Vedanta says, hey, what is this? It is also mind. It is not the ultimate. So this vision is nothing. To a bhakta it is so much, and it gives inspiration, no? But to a jnani, sometimes it may happen, they don't pay any attention to that. As a result, they become dry little. That's why Ramakrishna said, a man sometimes loses his faith in the existence of God. Because who is God? There is no God. Only absolute truth is the reality. There is no God, because the world is not there. Jagat hai nahi, tin kal mein nahi hai. In the 3 period of time, this world is not there at all. Present, it is illusion. Past, what you saw, that was also illusion. And what is coming to see, that's also all appearance. So all this appearance and God is only the absolute truth, then what will happen? Then your mind will be living in that context. So there is no, this is Ramakrishna also used this technical term. When he said, you remember that story? When Ramakrishna was passing away and Swami Vivekananda, the young Naren, he tested Ramakrishna so many times, so many ways. He entered into the room and he was sitting in a corner, and in his own mind he's saying, hey, Ramakrishna said so many days that he is God, no? If he can say at this point of death that he is God, then I can believe it. As soon as his thought ended in his mind, Ramakrishna was lying in the emaciated in body, throat cancer in his extreme condition. And he started saying, oh Naren, still doubt? He who was Rama, he who was Krishna, he is Ramakrishna. Then he added last word, but not according to your Vedanta. Understand point? If you believe that God comes again and again, bhakti, God comes down. We are reading in the Mahapurush Maharaj is saying, Ramakrishna came as God incarnate, no? For a bhakta. But Vedanta says, there is no God. This world is not there, world is there, then who created the world comes. That question comes, no? If the world is not there, what is the question of who created it? So, there is no God, no personal God. They live in the absolute. Vedanta is the ultimate truth, only one reality. No creator, no creation. So Ramakrishna said that time, not according to your Vedanta, meaning not the way as a devotee will be thinking as God. I am saying I am the same person who came as Rama. I am the same person who came as Krishna. I am same as Ramakrishna. But if you look at from your Vedantic point, not according to your Vedanta. That means in Vedanta, the concept, real Vedanta, absolute Vedanta, there is no position of God or goddesses.
In that case, he will be the realized soul only. So that is why someone, one devotee emailed you now asking that why Sri Ramakrishna is God, not realized soul.
Yeah, he is realized, of course. He behaved like a human being, and Ramakrishna is God himself. Because he says, I am that, I have come again. And God is who? Who is God? Who creates, maintains, destroys. No? That's why God. So, he himself says that I am that. And every incarnation in some place expresses, I have come not to destroy, but to fulfill. Christ said, no? Then in the Gita you will find, Sambhavami yuge yuge, I'll be born again and again and again. They say all this assurance. So, yes, but when he comes down as a human being, he takes the human imperfections, like us, so that I can think, oh, Ramakrishna did this sadhana, so I can follow that path. Otherwise there will be no citation of the practice, the tradition, how to create. That's why Ramakrishna, of course he was perfected person, realized person, but if you see him as a human being, but as you see that God himself comes, then he accepted the ignorance and took a human body and acted like a human personality and showed us the path. You as a human being, like this, body identified, how you can raise your consciousness and realize God. So he is God himself coming down and playing a role so that we can follow. So that is,
Like Shankaracharya Adhikari Purush.
yeah, he is more than Adhikari Purush, he is God himself. All Adhikari Purush come to help him. So Adhikari Purush is a band of soldiers, powerful soldiers. Whenever he comes, he brings his battalion so that they can work together. Ramakrishna came in this battalion. You find Vivekananda, Brahmananda, Shivananda, Premananda, all these battalions. They worked in different fronts. Bhakti, Jnana, Karma, one showing the excellence in their path and harmonizing their path. So all these practices. And as we hear, with Ramakrishna came all the battalions who were acted in his previous incarnation. When he came as Krishna, who came? Rakhal. When God born as Krishna, Rakhal was his helper, playmate. So he has come in this body as Rakhal. Now you go to Jesus, in the battalion of Jesus incarnation, who was there? Sharat and Soshi. Sharat means Sharadananda and Soshi is Ramakrishnananda. No? Then Sri Chaitanya, who was in Sri Chaitanya's? So, though they are householders, but they are a battalion. Master-master, without master-master, who would get this book? What a role they have to play. So, all the incarnations, whenever they came there powerful people to execute his mission. Mission is what? For doing good to the world. So, it says there is, so two ways are there, Bhakti path and Jnana path. Bhakti path, they should follow all the norms and cleanliness and washing, purification idea. That should be imprinted more and more. But those who are following the path of knowledge, they may not have to follow so much because they are saying, I am not the body. First you admit the body, then body is good or bad. No. But if you say, I am not the body, then where comes the matha nai, there is no head, so where is the headache? You say, I have a headache. And this table cannot say, I have a headache, because there is no head. But I have a head, I can say, I have my headache. So here, I am not the body, so where is the problem of my body identity and this and that? See, in one stroke, they are so strong, they are cutting the root of ego there. Trying to do that, that's a sadhana. So they don't need to do the exterior purification as the bhakta should have to do. But a devotee who sincerely yearns for God does not give up his meditation even though he is invaded by atheistic ideas. A devotee of sincere yearning, a devotee who actually love God, there may be some people come and argue and say that you are wrong, there is no God, they put into argument and discussion. The bhakta does not go into that, their faith becomes strong. They don't buy it. They don't buy whatever argument is given. A man whose father and grandfather have been farmers continues his farming even though he does not get it any crop in the year of drought. So, Bhakta will not give up God as a farmer does not give up farming, because in early days everyone used to depend on the rain. So whether rain comes or not, they don't give up their farming. They prepare the ground, make it ready. The day rain comes, next morning they go and put their seedlings and other things. No? So, a devotee also makes the ground prepared all the time. যাবে কি হে দিন আমার বিফলে চলি আছি নাথ দিবানিশি আশা পথ নিরখিয়ে. Oh Lord, will my day go in vain? হৃদয় কুটির উদার খুলে রাখি অনিবার. In my cottage of my heart, no? The door, I always keep open. Oh Lord, please come in, no? And the ground ready. That means you have to be prepared. Bhakta always keeps the door open. Oh Lord, please come. I'm waiting for you. When will you come? No? As if he is somewhere, he is not here, he will come. That's the yearning of a devotee. Duality. I am here, God is somewhere, he will come in my heart. Vedanta will say, I am that. Where to come from? Who will come? What is the sadhana there? So this is the distinction between two paths. But Ramakrishna said, but the devotee, genuine devotee, does not give up his practice. Whether he gets the vision of God, whether he feels it or not, his firm conviction forces him to move on and on and on, but ever ready. As the farmer prepares the ground ready, as soon as rain comes, he starts putting his plants. Similarly, we should be always ready. Bhakta thinks, see, I am ready for you. And Rabindranath Tagore also saying, what is that song? That মাঝে মাঝে তবু দেখা পাই চিরদিন কেন পাই নে মাঝে মাঝে তবু দেখা পাই. Oh Lord, I get a glimpse of your presence now and then. Why don't I get you all the time? Why the cloud comes and covers my vision and don't allow to see you, the sun, eternal sun, you are there. Now tell me, what shall I do? কি করিলে, what I can do to have you in my life all the time. But where is my so much devotion? আমি এত প্রেম কোথা পাবো নাথ? Where shall I get so much love for you that I'll be yearning? You please come out of your own bounty. No? Beautiful idea, no? So the bhakta devotee should be yearning for God all the time, keeping the door open. কি করিলে বলো পাইব তোমারে হাসিব. Question? Okay, no, let me finish this. So this is the point. Bhakta should be always ready for the Lord. And that's why a man whose father and grandfather, that means you are born in a spiritual tradition where your forefathers, means our predecessors, they dedicated their life for God realization. No? So devotee should be always waiting for God to come in life. Keep the door open. And if you don't come, break the door, oh Lord. যদি এ আমার হৃদয় দুয়ার, যদি এ আমার হৃদয় দুয়ার বন্ধ রহে গো কভু, দ্বার ভেঙে তুমি এসো মোর প্রাণে, ফিরিয়া যেও না কভু. যদি এ আমার, যদি, if my door of the heart, no, is closed, Huh? It should be open for you. But it's closed. Why closed? I am engaged in this way, that way, and you have come, but I am not ready for you. Raja Maharaj used to say to Swami Prabhupada, hey, my child, you should be always ready for me. He wanted to see the rooms of them, but the room was as we are always cluttered. Your own bedroom. My bedroom. No, it is not your bedroom, it is God's bedroom. Ah. And then he said, Swami, I am not ready for it. Then Maharaj said, you should be always ready. When God will come, you do not know. That time you say, okay, I am not ready yet. Then you'll go back. But Rabindranath Tagore says, if any time by mistake, by my inadvertence, I have been driven to other direction, and then you come, don't go back. Just break through my heart and enter. Oh Lord, don't go back, deserting me. So this is the urge of a devotee. We should be ready for God all the time. That means how will you be ready? Whole day you have to do japa. Your mind should be thinking of God. You are ready for God. You think of mundane talks, mundane things, you are ready for mundane. But you can, karma of course, here comes your activity in your duty. It is no duty, it is Lord's work. So that's not an obstacle. If you think that you are doing mundane work, then it is an obstacle. But if you think every work God has given me as a duty, I am doing to please Him. So if you do that, then you can keep the door open all the time. And then that will be constant contact. So bhakta should be practicing this. It is easier path for most of us. So we get direction with few lines only. I have not read many, 7, 8 lines maybe. But see how much depth is here. And we'll let now, if any question is there, otherwise I don't need to do. If any question is there, we can spend few minutes.
That's a question so far. So one devotee asked, where is my consciousness? Outside with Lord Shiva, whom I worship, form, or inside with me without form? What is exactly... Do you know this word?
Advaita.
Advaita.
means.
So the question is that, where is, you are a worshipper of Shiva, somebody has questioned that.
Outside?
So the consciousness is in Shiva or outside?
No, the question is, where is my consciousness? Outside with Lord Shiva, whom I worship as form, or inside with me without form?
So when you are worshipping Shiva, then you must have to bring that awareness that Lord is there. And Lord is there not as a stone, not as a metal, but as consciousness. As if conscious entity is embedded. Because we at the beginning stage, when we are worshipping, we are not established that everywhere is consciousness. We don't see God anywhere. That's why first start, God is everywhere. God is in my Shiva image. Yes, it is living. It is not a statue. It is not a stone. We don't go to the Shiva image and say, oh stone, I offer you my pranam. What do you say? Oh Shiva. That means you are imposing the Shiva consciousness on the Shiva lingam. That means you are putting consciousness in particular place where you are not seeing consciousness in anywhere. That's a starting point. But when you think of Shiva in your heart, that same consciousness you are bringing in your heart. And consciousness ultimately is everywhere. But starting point that we offer our love, adoration and concentration on one spot to feel that it is full of consciousness. And my mind becomes pure and pure and pure. Then I open my eyes, I can see consciousness everywhere. Then Shiva has consciousness. Shiva is not a particular stone, particular image. So it is applied for every god and goddesses we worship. Rama, it may be Christ, it may be Buddha, it may be Mother Kali, Mother Durga, Saraswati, whatever aspect. That is not an image, not a stone, but consciousness is there. Spiritual consciousness, spiritual beauty, spiritual grace, spiritual joy, all is as if compacted in that particular form. So it is just making my mind ready to think of consciousness first outside. And then when you meditate, what do? Then you bring that in my heart there is consciousness. No? Then you come here. And then you meditate more and more and more. And then that consciousness expands. And then you say that everything is Shiva. There is nothing but Shiva. So, you can practice both ways. Vedanta teaches you, yes, you can practice Shiva in the Shiva Lingam. Swami Vivekananda gave another interpretation. Those who see Shiva, Lord Shiva, in the temple only, their vision, their experience is limited. But those who see Shiva in all, he is actually worshipping Shiva. That means Shiva not only in the image, not only in the shrine, but that Shiva is in the heart of all. So the consciousness expands this way. And it is the Saguna aspect. And when one moves on and on and on, then they see that there is nothing but Shiva everywhere. Okay?
Another question?
Yes?
How can one imitate Thakur in today's world filled with so many distractions?
Distractions always there for even present age or the other age. It is not that. Distraction because our God has created us, our eyes are open. That's why eyes go to see the outside world. Our ears are open. It is only catching the outside sound and vibrations. Nose is here to only get the fragrance, good or bad. Tongue is there, food, eat, good or bad. Skin is here, heat, cold, soft, hard. This feeling is there. So God has created this way. The senses have been created outward. That's why sense experiences are real to us. But what is the consciousness behind that? So that is called God. So the question is that again the question.
So how can one
imitate
in today's world filled with so many distractions?
Right. Imitate means what Ramakrishna says, his simple teaching is as like, what is the simple teaching? You live detached in the life, no? You live in the world like what? Like mudfish. Mudfish is a fish, it lives in the mud. But when it comes out, its skin is so smooth, there's no mud there. So live in the world, but don't get involved into it and get stained. So how to detach? In Ramakrishna's path, you can take Ramakrishna, whole gospel gives advice how to do that. As a devotee, you say, "Oh Lord, nothing belongs to me, it is yours. I am your child. Only I am doing whatever you have given the duty to do, I am doing, I am serving. Through that duty, I am serving you, through Karma Yoga. You do that. In that meditation, I am thinking of you, oh Lord, please come in my heart and keep the door open. Let God come." No, this is the following the path. Look at what Ramakrishna did. He did first 4 years, cried and wept day and night for God, 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 God. We cannot do that because we have our duties and our also own failures and frustrations. My senses take me to different alluring things. These are our problem. But with the sincere prayer, as Ramakrishna taught us, with the sincere meditation, sincere analysis, the world really belongs to me. If it belongs to me, I have a full control. What is control here? I have no control for my life. I do not know whether I'll be here tomorrow or not. Huh? So it is all God's. So analyze this way. Everything is God. By God's will, everything is happening. Say Rama's story. By Rama's wish, that story, that man was taken to the jail, taken to the court, this. So he thinks is whatever is happening by Rama's will. If we think that it is by God's will happening, that means detach. That means detach. That means detach. So Ramakrishna's path is love God, do holy company, satsanga. That's what reading the gospel is a satsanga. Singing a devotional song is satsanga. Talk about God, think about God. And according to your nature, you have a meditative nature, meditate. But don't give up other things. Meditation is your major focus, but also do selfless work, karma. Analyze the world is unreal. We need not be very upset with things. We get upset every day with little petty things. But we should not be upset. As a duty, you may be upset, but forget that. Don't carry it. But our problem, we carry it with years and years in our heart. Major problem, Ramakrishna said the same. Anything has happened. Some little thing may have happened, right or wrong. Forget that. How many things have happened from childhood till today? You want to keep all those memories in your mind and suffer and cry? It has happened. Finish. As I say, your train is moving, the good and bad has come, forget that. When it came, enjoy it. Or you have to suffer a little bit. And then the train will pass. Another journey. So I think Ramakrishna's path is a unique path. And he is giving all the scope for 4 moods of you. That you develop your devotional mood, your meditative mood, your selfless service mood, or service to God, that mood. And then analysis. Is it real? I am getting so much upset. What will happen? The world will go on. When Christ came, the world was like this. That time also so many bad things were there, no? And when he came, some settlement was done, but again the world goes, it's called the dog's tail, curly tail, it goes on. Then all the incarnations come, so the world will go on. Why I am getting so much involved? Why I am thinking of this nonsense day and night? Let me think of God. That's why holy company, sadhu sangha, retreat. Now you are all at your home, so you can use this time as a retreat time, because when you are busy with your work, those who have the opportunity, they can utilize it more effectively, because we have no time for ourselves. Now, being at home and not to drive much here and there, so you are saving some time. Some people drive 1 hour, 2 hours to go to job and come back. At least you are saving 4 hours, 3 hours time. So utilize that time by following this sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha means remaining at your home, you can get sadhu sangha. Read books, listen to talks and lectures. So cultivate that type of spirituality. Make our life 24 hours spiritual. That is Ramakrishna. That's one.
There is one, but maybe we should finish, or you want another one?
Another is there?
You want another one?
Is there any?
There is more questions.
Oma, I
Many
said,
questions.
tell another quick. Tell I will not expand so much. I can quickly respond.
How can one be free from the subtle body?
Subtle body. Subtle body, when you meditate on God, then you go to the subtle body, because you have to forget this physical body, no? The thinking in your mind, that you are thinking in your mental world, that's a subtle world. That can be transcended if you go to the causal world. How will you go? You have to go to Samadhi. So do deep meditation so that you forget more and more your mind, your ego. And when we have 5 levels, no? Body, physical body, Prana, the energy body, behind it. Behind is Mona, mind. Behind is Buddhi, intelligence. Behind is ego. So as you go dive deep, 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 when you start meditating, you close your eyes. That means you are trying to forget the physical body and the physical world. You are going to the subtle world, no, in your mental world. And then mental world, you are seeing your Ishta, you, and you are trying to visualize. There is also mental action going on. And it moves, more deeper concentration comes. Then what will happen? It will be only the Lord will remain and you will forget yourself. Then you are going to the transcending the causal body, to the causal body. Subtle body, you are transcending. You are going out of the subtle body. And ultimately, when you go to the state of Savikalpa Samadhi, then you go transcend the subtle body, you remain in the causal body, and the causal body you transcend when you go to Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, this is the 4 steps. So, we will have to do what we are doing, that will gradually lead us to the cross the subtle level.
You got another question? Or no? Okay. He asks, who prays to God? The God in me? The person? I don't pray to myself when I'm not different than God. So he's asking, who is he praying to God? Is it myself that is praying to God?
Yeah. Praying God, yes. Who is praying? Because who is thinks that I am imperfect. God is perfect. And that means we have 2 eye, Ramakrishna said. One is the lower eye, another is the bigger eye. Unripe eye and the ripened eye. The unripened eye is praying to the ripened eye. There is only one, but I have separated, I am separate. So I, being separate, I am poor, I am weak, I am strong. So we are saying, oh Lord. But actually in Vedantic term, I am worshipping myself. The real me and the apparent me. This is the apparent me. And this apparent me is worshipping the real me. So we will have to do that. Because we have to take a jump from this apparent reality to the ultimate reality. So I split into lower eye and bigger eye, unripe eye and bigger. Ramakrishna gave the example, like you have a thorn in your foot, you take another thorn. You take a good thorn and pick it out. So similarly, this eye is a mixture of ignorance, truth plus ignorance. And that is the truth. When the truth is only there, no ignorance. So I am worshipping my lower self is worshipping my higher self. And then lower self loses its all blemishes, it becomes pure self.
Those 2 birds.
2 birds, Jivatma, Paramatma, that idea is also there. Upanishad says, the lower bird is that who is like us. Sometimes meditating, sometimes doing good, sometimes, what is going on there? What is happening? What is, again distracted, again come. So, and sometimes it eats some bitter fruit, get bitter reactions in the life. They say, oh my God, the world is all bitter. And then, see, my Atman, pure Atman is so peaceful. Why not I go there? No? So when that idea comes, then you hopping up the lower bird and going closer to the real bird. And that is my real Paramatma. This is Jivatma going towards Paramatma. Okay, thank you. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Bhagavad Gita class when?
Tomorrow, Thursday.
Tomorrow what time? Tomorrow 7:30 again there will be Bhagavad Gita class. Gita class tomorrow here 7:30. So you are all welcome to listen, and Swami Sattvayananda ji will give this class. Thank you.